Tony D. Shit. What a need. On bread.
Welcome to the Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast with your host, Cousin Cornbread on ANDS Radio. That's Ain't No Damn Station Radio. We're delivering this straight to your earphones, your car speakers, and sound bars on that Wi-Fi, hotspots, Ethernet, T1 lines, shared data plans, or however you get on the internet. And we about to go ahead and get this commentary in and solve life's problems. Y'all ready? Set, go. Yeah. It's Cornbread. Hey man, welcome back to Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast with your host, your favorite cousin Cornbread, and my distinguished guest co-host, the rowdy, ravishing Rue.
Hey y'all.
Yeah, we back up on this jump, man. Thank y'all for coming back. We appreciate everybody pulling up, coming through, checking us out on Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast. And you can find that on my podcast, mydopepodcast.com, for all your listening needs. You know what I'm talking about? How you doing today, Rue? You okay?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. You know, sometimes Ruby she be giving off a little bit of, energy. She got a natural hair out today. If y'all ain't watching on YouTube, Ruby got a natural hair out today. I think when her hair be out in the puff, I think she give off a little bit different flavor.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about?
Really?
And, hey, you got the glasses. I don't think I ever seen you in glasses.
Oh, Lord.
I literally just noticed it. Have we seen you in glasses before? Have I seen you in glasses before?
I think so.
Oh, I don't think I was.
You just ain't noticed.
I guess I didn't notice that.
It's all good.
Okay, I see. But yeah, man, if y'all ain't watching on YouTube, like I said, we have some visuals up on YouTube now. I've had the channel up there for a minute. All the shows up there, mostly audio. Some of them were visuals. A few shows when I had guests on, and even with me solo, I've had visuals for. But now the past 2 episodes in particular, we have up there with me and Rue on there. So y'all go subscribe to the YouTube channel if you ain't on there and you like to watch the video version. You know what I'm talking about? Actually, even if you ain't gonna watch it, just go subscribe to get these numbers up. That's what y'all supposed to do.
We appreciate
support your boy, support your girl.
We appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, man, this is episode number 32, I believe. And on this episode, we're going to talk about sex tapes. I wanted to talk about that because, I just be thinking about stuff. And sex tapes is always one of these weird things because you got revenge porn now, which I don't understand what the hell that means. But, the question is, do y'all be making sex tapes out here? Mm-hmm. And if you do you share them with people? Because that's a real big concern with a lot of people, especially a lot of women who be like, I'll make it with you, but you can't show nobody. I'm going to tell y'all a little story about my experience with that.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And then we'll also get into second chances, where that was based on a write-in that we had from a listener on the show who wanted our opinion on giving second chances in relationships. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we'll touch on those 2 things for sex and relationships. And and then one thing we were just talking about is the whole stuff in the news right now with Jay-Z and what do you call it, NFL. So you said you had looked that up and been paying attention to that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I wasn't giving you no credit about knowing about sports.
Because you told everybody that I didn't know nothing about no sports.
I did say that, and if I not diagnosing, misrepresenting you about that, represent. So what's up? NFL, Jay-Z news. What's popping with that? What you found out?
I mean, well, I think that, what's his name? Oh my goodness. No, there was a guy. He's a really popular guy.
Oh, Lord.
No, he did. He had a comment on it. I know the guy, Reed.
Eric Reed.
Yes, Eric Reed.
Okay, Eric Reed.
Is this Eric?
I don't know.
I think his name is Eric. I mean, that's the notes that I took.
Hey, listen, keep going.
I think
Eric Reed.
Yeah, Eric Reed and Kaepernick. Is that how you say his name?
Lord Jesus.
Uh,
Is that how you say it, man? The center of the center of the protest. Colin Kaepernick.
I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure I say that man's name correctly. But no, I think that Eric he had some. I think he had tweeted some stuff out, basically about giving his opinion about it, and I don't think he definitely agreed with Jay-Z. He was like, "What are you doing?" He wasn't with it.
Who, Eric Reed?
Mm-hmm.
Now, where's Eric Reed from, though? Where's his
Eric Reed is Kaepernick's former team player.
former teammate?
Teammate, yes.
Okay.
Because Kaepernick's not in the league anymore. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Hold on.
I feel like Cornbread out here trying to test my knowledge. That's what I feel like.
Hey, look, you pulled up like I didn't know all this. You talking about? You told everybody I know. I know about Jay-Z and Eric Reed.
No, but supposedly, like I said, based off of you know what I'm saying, what he said, he just wasn't agreeing with what Jay-Z said. He was like,
"Oh, but what did Jay-Z say?" So what's the background though? So did you know the background of the situation?
Background is Jay-Z just signed a partnership with the NFL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
To
pull it up. I'm trying. You said I was talking trash.
That's all I know, though. I know that Jay-Z is partnered with the NFL.
Right. To do what though?
That it doesn't have something to do with like social justice and see.
I don't know.
Y'all see Cornbread out here trying
Listen.
see this?
Listen.
This is not fair.
I did not.
I said I had an opinion. That's all I said.
No, that wasn't what you said.
That is
we
what
gonna
I
talk
said.
about this because I know.
Go ahead, Cornbread.
It's fine. No, I appreciate. No, but for real, I was gonna talk about that initially. So Jay-Z and Roc Nation, his company Roc Nation, have formed a partnership with the NFL to take over the halftime shows. So the halftime show with the Super Bowl was the biggest thing, but from what I heard is that they're going to take over the halftime shows for the entire season for different games. So like Monday night games, Thursday night games. But the thing is, the terms of the partnership aren't disclosed right now. So don't nobody really know what the partnership is about.
Right.
But we do know that the partnership is for Jay-Z and Roc Nation to bring more of an urban appeal and and to bring better entertainment for the halftime shows. And they're gonna be making soundtracks throughout the year to put with all the games and all this stuff. So like it's basically a different advertising platform or outlet for the NFL, and Jay-Z's the front man on it.
Okay.
Now everybody's problem with it is that they saying, well, he ain't fly Kaepernick in on whatever the hell the deal is, because Kaepernick is clearly not part of the deal.
Right.
And everybody's like, well, what the hell is this? How is Jay-Z the face of fixing this now, or to get the face of mending this partnership between, I guess, the people who were siding with Kaepernick on kneeling,
right, and
the people who weren't.
Because he boycotted against it, correct?
Right. So Kaepernick wasn't boycotting. Kaepernick was kneeling, and then other people who were supporting him, they were like, "Yo, if y'all," basically what happened is he ain't signed his contract. Kaepernick never signed his contract with San Francisco. After that, they never they never renewed his contract, so he was out of the NFL effectively, right? Nobody else wanted to sign him because he getting white ball. I ain't gonna use black ball. He getting white ball, right? So all the owners don't want to sign him because they like, yo, he bringing all this negative press by kneeling, and then all the other players and stuff started kneeling too. So then Trump got involved and was like, yo, they're disrespecting the flag.
Right.
They're disrespecting the military.
Right.
And so then all the Trumpsters and all the pro-flag started saying it was a disrespect to the flag. And then it just snowballed into this big old ridiculous thing. And it wasn't nothing about the flag.
Right.
Right? Because if you saying that you disrespecting the flag because you're protesting the murder of, or you're protesting social injustice. So if you're disrespecting the flag by protesting social injustice, you're effectively saying that the flag represents social injustice.
Right.
Which is ridiculous, right?
Correct.
But anyway, whole fuck shit. Then you fast forward, all these players take sides, everybody taking sides. And my thing about the whole thing is Trump initially told his base and all the NFL people that were buying tickets, they said, look, I don't want y'all, he was like, we need to punish the NFL for letting these players disrespect the flag.
Right.
That's what Trump was like, yo, Kaepernick specifically and all these other players are disrespecting the United States by kneeling during the anthem, and they disrespecting the country.
Okay.
Right? So he was like, I want y'all to protest this and shut down the NFL because they letting these players dictate what's going on. So get your players, get your boys under control, is what he was saying, right? So then it snowballs into this other thing, and now the silly other people, like a lot of black people, then they said, no, we gonna protest the NFL. So now the black people and all the pro-Kaepernick people that took over Trump's whole point.
Right.
So I think it was a crazy flip on who now is trying to protest the NFL. In my opinion, right? So initially Trump was trying to shut the NFL down.
Right.
For not having their team, their players under control. And then eventually the people who really need the NFL, the black people, the black players, the black people, all these people that's making the money off the NFL, now they talking about they gonna protest the NFL, which makes no sense to me. So you protesting the rest of the 90% of the players, or something like 70% of the players that make money off the NFL, so you gonna shut all of that shit down? Because now you trying to fight back what Trump started.
Right.
It's like it's a whole big thing. Mumbo jumbo.
Okay.
So now, fast forward, Kaepernick sues the league. Kaepernick gets his money. Kaepernick and Eric Reed sued the league. And they took a payout that's about collusion, right? So they sued the league saying, look, you're not letting me come play football because I started it or because I was protesting. And so it's a collusion against me. I can't get a job now because y'all are all colluding against me.
Right.
He signed off. He took a payout on that lawsuit, and it's over now. He got a job with Nike now.
Okay.
Right? So that's done. He signed his money. He got his money from the lawsuit, and now he got a deal with Nike, and now he still wants to supposedly still play. He ain't never gonna play again in life in the NFL because the good old boys club is not gonna allow
him to do that.
Right.
I got you.
So now that's that. So then in comes this whole thing with Jay-Z.
Right.
And everybody's all up in arms like, yo, why is Jay-Z doing this? Boo, 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 boo.
Right.
What you mad about?
Right.
Right? Like, I don't know what people are mad about. And because are you mad that Jay-Z is doing the partnership at all? So then the question is, if you're mad about that, then you have to be mad about everybody else that goes to work every day.
That's true.
The coaches, the players, whoever. Like, they still going to work for the NFL.
Right.
So what's wrong with Jay-Z going to work with the NFL as a partnership?
Yeah. They said that Eric Reed had said that he felt that Jay-Z doing this partnership with NFL, that it was like a money move. And that it was like a shot, towards the black community. And yeah, that part I don't necessarily agree with. Like, I think we know, Jay-Z, he does a lot, for the community, and I think that there's a method to his madness, so to speak. So? Yes. I think that when it comes to him and B, when they do stuff, it's always strategic. Always.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, who the hell on the earth, you got all these pros, so you got the J-Hive. Right. So you got the Beehive, and then you got the J-Hive. Right. And the J-Hive band must be coming up talking about all this stuff, right? All these, they basically think that they like one of my homegirls on Facebook was talking about this. She was like, yeah, all these J-Hive dudes think they string a bell, right? Like from The Wire, because Jay always coming up with like all these I'm the hood businessman deal, right? And all these Bammers always say shit like, oh, it's chestnut checkers. Every J Hive dude will come up and be like, yo, it's chestnut checkers. Y'all don't understand what Jay is doing. Y'all can't be mad. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who the hell knows? Because don't nobody know what the deal even said. Right. So
that's true too.
The thing is, no, there's nothing about him. What I posted on Facebook the other day, I like, if you listen to certain songs or you listen to just his whole persona ever since he came out, he always said, look, I'm the elite version of all the rest of y'all.
True.
So y'all are regular drug dealers. like y'all are regular drug dealers. Y'all are regular rappers.
Right.
I'm above you. Mm-hmm. You drive Lexus. I drive Bentleys. Mm-hmm. You rap about this. You rap about street shit and selling dimes and nickels. I rap about selling weight and meeting with all these big cartel motherfuckers.
Right.
Like he's always been a separatist because he's a narcissist in himself.
He is.
So why do people think that he's gonna do something different? Even if you expected him to do what? I mean, I guess he does whatever he does with his philanthropic situations, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know about them, but whatever he does, I'm sure he does, right? But for you to think that, anybody to think that Jay-Z is not gonna grab the money, whatever money it is,
right,
is a damn fool.
Right, facts.
That's who he is.
Right.
He always said that. He's like, look, I'm not. Like one of my favorite songs is Already Home. It's one of his songs, right? He literally talks about the whole thing. And every song he makes pretty much talks about, I'm better than y'all.
Right.
Y'all ain't on this shit. All the shit you doing now, I did that shit already.
A long time ago, yeah.
And that shit is below me now.
Right.
It's below me. Like all y'all just scrambling around getting my scraps. Y'all tracing me. Everything. He always talking shit about how people copying him. Mm-hmm. How he's the forefront. He's the leader. He's the innovator. So why would you think that he gonna do some shit that why you think he cares about your opinion? Nobody cares about y'all opinion. He getting his money. He already said that he's gonna be a billionaire, right? And that's what he did.
Hey,
without y'all advice.
Listen.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Everybody all over the place with the joint. I wouldn't expect nothing more or less of Jay-Z in this type of situation. They're presented with that opportunity. I wouldn't expect for him not to take the opportunity to do that. Right? So anyway, yeah, man, that's been a big thing in the news and sports. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate you bringing that.
I tried to bring it.
You bought it. Oh, you bought it.
Yeah, no.
You had the names down. And it's Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Okay, I just want to make sure you know how to pronounce it.
Is that not what I said?
You said, oh, wait, I was like,
okay.
I just want to make sure you know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And don't spell it Cap if you ever write it out. Don't spell it K-A-P because it's K-A-E-P. That's one of my pet peeves for whatever because that's how you spell it, name Kaepernick.
Okay. Thank you. Do we know that?
But yeah, man, we go. So like I said at the beginning, we had a write-in from from a listener who, wrote us about giving second chances and in relationships, and we teased it a little bit on the last episode, and we decided we're going to discuss it again, or we're going to discuss it on this episode, and Rue's going to go ahead and let y'all know what this young lady wrote in about, asking us about our opinion on this, John. So go ahead, Rue. What was that?
So there was a young lady who had reached out to me on IG, actually all the way from Arizona. We appreciate all the love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And basically she reached out and she wanted us to discuss second chances in a romantic relationship. She said that there was a decision that she needed to make about an ex who had resurfaced. Mm-hmm. It's been about 6 months since they called it quits. From what I gathered, it was timing that didn't allow them to have like a flourishing relationship.
Okay.
She said they ended up linking up recently, and it seems like he's a completely different person, complete 360. He seems to be more attentive, showing more interest in her career, hobbies, and communicating better.
Okay.
But her question is, one, she wants to know why now. And two, she wants to give him a second chance, but she also seems to think that he's out here scouting and drafting for the fall. So she wanted to know if we have ever given someone a second chance, or have we ever been given a second chance? So that's what the ultimate question is.
Okay. Yeah. Giving a second chance or giving
A second chance.
Well, hold on. So, if he out here scouting, does that mean she don't want to be part of that scout team or that scouting pool? That's the first question. Then the second question, right? So, like, if he is scouting, is she willing to compete?
I mean, I think that she should.
You think so you think she should?
I think that she should. I mean, if she feels like he is worth her time, which it sounds like.
Okay.
Then yeah, definitely I think that she should be a part of the draft and scouting pick to see if they're compatible now. Because it seems like the reason why they decided to go their separate ways is because of timing.
Okay.
And timing is everything. However, to piggyback off of that, her question is like, why now? So it's kind of like...
She need to ask him that. I mean, we ain't gonna know that.
True.
I mean, he might, whatever. I mean, people feel, I think sometimes people think back and be like, oh man, what is this or whatever. I don't know, but do we know if they had sex?
No, I don't know that.
So that might be it. He might have been like, shit, I ain't never get to hit that jump.
So I want to hit that,
yeah,
so down back.
I'm trying to get it. She might be bad, like, damn, man, I can't believe I ain't even get that jump, man. I put whatever work they had put in initially, he might be mad he ain't never get to that.
Right. Well, my overall opinion is this. The fact that they dated for 6 months, the fact that timing was an issue, I think that she should definitely be a part of the scouting and drafting pick. If she's a part of that, then I definitely encourage that she participate, as well as her scouting and drafting as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make
sure you out there doing your thing too. On top of that, I just feel like I don't know. Once again, when it comes to men and women in like the first few months, and I feel like it's like a reconnection, like a reintroduction. So of course he's gonna put his best foot forward, you know. So all the attentiveness and all of that's gonna be on point.
Right.
I would suggest that maybe she play her cards a little differently, move a little different.
Okay.
However, still scout, still see what he's talking about, and I'm all about actions. You know what I'm saying? Like prove yourself. Like if you didn't have time before and you got the time now, then show me that you got the time now that you want to spend with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I ain't even gonna get into it, but everybody be wanting to just like colonize people's time all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Sometimes it's weird when people come into your life. You know, you might be doing something. You living whatever life you living, right? And then you meet somebody, y'all dating or whatever, and they just be like, yo, like I'm demanding this X amount of time from you, and you be like,
But you don't think that that's fair though?
I don't know. I mean, I think that is. I think you can like want to spend time with people,
Okay.
but demand, like making like a dead ass demand about it, where it's like, yo, either do this or I'm gonna be upset, or I'm gonna be mad, or I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna feel some kind of way about it. When it's like, well, Charlotte, like, are you really? Is it I'm spending time with you, or I'm not spending time with you because I'm making a choice to spend some time with somebody else that's like competing with you, or am I actually spending time doing my podcast, or am I actually spending time going to help with, or I'm going to tutor my kids or whatever. If you got kids and stuff, like you got kids, right? So somebody come in and say, well, look, I demand this much time of you. You know, shit, I'm with Gavin. What are you talking about? Like, I got to help with homework. I got him on this weekend or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I think that it just depends on how that time is being spent when it's away from that person, and they shouldn't take it personally if you just happen to be. If y'all's time don't link up, because everybody got a schedule, right? So if it don't mesh, it don't mesh.
That's true. However, I have a child. Just want y'all to know that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Child.
I didn't mean to put more baby.
A child.
I didn't mean to size up the baby.
But no, I agree with that. I feel like there should be a balance, though. I feel that when you're actively out here dating, you should know that whomever it is that you're dating is going to want to spend time with you.
Okay.
Kind of goes back to the 5 love languages. My top love language is quality time. So if you ain't got no time for me, then it ain't gonna work. I'm just saying.
I feel.
So I know there's a lot of women that are like that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that I have to monopolize your time and, every waking moment that I'm there. Mm-hmm. But you need to make time for me.
Mm-hmm. Is that collaborative effort?
Yes.
Okay.
That's absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel that people make time for what they want to make time for. And that's very true.
I
yes.
hate that phrase.
Oh, well. People do make time for what they want to make time for. You're not going to sit up here and tell me otherwise.
I ain't going to sit up here and tell you. I can't tell you shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm a very firm believer in that. Like, people really genuinely do make time for what they want to. And, yeah, I think that sometimes we as women, if you're not spending time with us, then, yes, we are assuming that maybe you may be spending time with somebody else. Right. And, but that's a part of the dating world, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
It just is.
Yeah. Well, then the other part of her question was, the other part of her question is... Have you ever given anybody a second chance, or have you ever been given one yourself? So, what's your answer on that? Have you ever given anybody a second chance? Come back into the life of Ruth.
I'm not really big on giving second chances. Most of the time, when I'm done, it really depends on why we separated. But most of the time when I'm done. There's like no backtracking for the most part.
Okay.
However, there have been incidences where, someone, from my past maybe have resurfaced and it's been several years. And, hypothetically speaking, let's say there's like a high school person that has re-entered your life. When y'all were in high school and y'all are like 20 years later, like y'all are completely different people. So It's a matter of you guys reconnecting, see if you guys still mesh well, see if there's things that you like, that you don't like, see if there's still things there that were there before that have evolved even as an adult.
Right.
So I think it's a matter of like really sitting down and really getting to know that person again and kind of reconnecting and just kind of going from there and just see if it's a natural, organic vibe.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I was thinking about this question a couple times, and I've given people second chances 3 times that I can remember.
Oh, wow.
Right. And only one of them kind of worked out.
Okay.
The other 2 were just like, within a couple weeks.
It wasn't going to work again. Yeah, when you run back into the same problem.
Yeah, it's like, I think sometimes people think that they have changed, or that they just believe, oh, well, I'll just do this different. But in real life, whatever y'all's connection is probably drives whatever that problem was in the first place. So you might have been doing something different in your life now, in general, but when you get back with that connection drives itself. So like you're gonna act a certain way with that person.
Right.
Not necessarily how you act in general, but how you act with that person hasn't changed.
Right.
Right. So y'all energy ain't changed basically. Right. So unless there was some kind of other problem, that was part of it. Like you had a drug problem, you was an alcoholic.
That's different.
You was a gambling fiend, like something like that. You ain't gone to therapy and you got medicine or some shit like that. Then maybe it could work like that. But if you just the same motherfucker, you like, well, I think I feel better about life now. Let's
try
explore
to
this.
Right.
I'm like, nah, shawty, like, and for me, it hasn't worked. And so I think that I agree with you. And I think you can try it
and just see.
I don't think you should necessarily be 100% closed off to it, but for me, I'll look at why. If somebody just like irritates my soul, ain't gonna have. They might still irritate my soul.
What irritates you though?
Shit. It could be a lot of stuff. Like I was told that I'm real mean for some reason, but I'm not mean. I don't think I'm mean.
I would never say that.
Yeah, but I don't. But some things I just don't like.
Right.
And I don't like people who are melodramatic. Like I can't deal with that. Like if you got a problem or we have a problem, then it should be a real problem.
Right.
And I know that that's subjective, right? But don't be coming to me with some goddamn Atlanta housewife shit. Like, I'm not going. Don't manufacture no drama.
I got you.
Just to have something, just to be
dramatic and
feisty and
for no reason.
What you doing? Shut your mouth. Like, get in the car, shut your mouth. We can go to the bowling alley. Close your mouth, right?
Hey.
So I don't understand. I've never been a person who understood who was in relationships and was like, oh, there needs to be some kind of like thing.
Mm.
I don't argue, I don't do all this fighting back and forth. Like, that's not how I show my interest or my love or whatever the fuck it is. That's not how I show mine.
Right.
You talk about love language, my shit is act of service.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
So
let's come out and do something with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna come by, I'm gonna do something with you. You want me, you want me hang on this damn wall. You want me to wash these dishes, you want me to take the trash out, or you want me to put these brakes on.
But what y'all don't understand and realize though with quality time, sometimes women just want your presence there. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be doing anything.
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean that we have to be out and about. Like, sometimes for me, quality time means I just want you to be in my presence. Mm-hmm. Let us sit on the couch. Let's watch Netflix and chill. Right. You lay on me, I lay on you. Let me cook you some dinner. Right. That's just still quality time. Sometimes I just want to hear your ass breathe. Mm. Just saying.
Yeah, so y'all fellas make sure y'all just go over there and breathe on these joints. Go over there and breathe on them. That's all you gotta do.
But me and you know what? Me and my sister were having a conversation actually about this just today, and she made a valid point, and she was saying that sometimes when people are given second chances, she was like, sometimes women are, I guess, a little feisty, or they may have like a little bit of an attitude because it's like, I've tried this with you one time and I gave you my 100%. Mm-hmm. And it didn't work. Mm-hmm. You're back again. Mm-hmm. So I'm only going to give you 50% because I gave you 100% the first time, mm-hmm. and it didn't work. Right. So it's kind of like the guy then needs to kind of bear the weight on his shoulders to prove himself, to be like, okay, I'm going to prove myself to you that I am worth your time. Right. I am worth, you trying this again because I effed up the first time. Okay.
Well, I mean, I agree with that. But I agree that what I also will put the caveat in there that goes both ways. Like, the woman might have fucked up the first time, too.
Yeah, vice versa.
So that can go both ways.
Yes, vice versa.
Even though that attack was directed towards the men.
It was not.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Yeah, so I think whoever fucked up the first time. Whoever fucked up initially needs to have the onus of making sure that it works out or that it's an easy reintroduction.
Yes.
Time. So, yeah, y'all know these niggas, he gotta prove it.
I'm sorry.
Women fuck up too.
Yes, us women do mess up
worth,
too.
Kings. Don't let them put the onus on you.
Queens, stop it.
Don't let these ladies put the onus on you talking about.
But I mean, honestly,
that's always doing something.
But 90% of the time it is.
90% of stats are made up on the spot too.
Okay.
My stats teacher, so you made that up.
I ain't make that up. I got facts. I got receipts.
We know your percentages be all like that. We was on one of the shows we was on. You just pulled that stats out your ass like that.
Whatever. I got that off of IG. Stop playing with me.
Because it's on Instagram. Yeah. We know that's messed up. It's on Instagram. But yeah, so hold on. So have you? So we agree on the fact that it's basically case by case almost. Right?
Yeah, it's a case by case. Like it depends on why y'all broke up. It depends on where their mindset is currently and where they're trying to go and actions. I need to see that you've changed.
About that action, boss. But listen, so I think that the main thing though is to also factor into what the problem was. Yeah. Is that problem correctable? Or is it just something within both of y'all's soul and energy? Mm-hmm. That just don't mesh. And sometimes that's the case. Like, y'all might be the nicest, greatest people individually or with somebody else, but together, y'all suck. Yeah. And that's something that, as adults, you got to realize that everything ain't going to always work out. It might look good on paper. I had a whole bunch of paper girlfriends that were lit.
On paper.
But in practice, hell no. Like, we didn't get along, or there was just something there that just wasn't, the closure wasn't there. Like, it just didn't round out that circle, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's just how it go. And as far as have I been given second chances, I've never actually tried to get a second chance.
Me neither. Never. I'm just like, it is what it is.
Yeah, because if I fucked up, or if we stopped because it was something about me, I probably didn't fuck with you anyway. So that's probably why you didn't like what was going on. And I ain't gonna like you in now. So I know I ain't changed.
Yeah.
And then if it was something you did or something that that was a issue with the other party, then yeah, I don't know. But now I'm not. I ain't never tried to go back.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I mean, like I said, I have definitely. I've never tried to go back, but I've had people attempt to like let us try it again, and it just didn't work. And like I said, I think it just coincides with what you said. Like if me personally, if it didn't work the first time, I just don't think it's gonna work the second time. I'm just saying, like, it's cool. I know a lot of guys tend to form relationships with ex-girlfriends and things like that. That's really not me either. Like when I'm
you can't. So you ain't friends with none of your exes?
Not really.
I'm different in that way. I'm friends with a few of my exes.
Yeah, I don't. Well. Because
like my thing is usually this is the thing about me. My exes usually be having a valid reason to be mad about it, and I be like, true. So like I be like, that's valid. But I ain't gonna change. But that's valid. So I don't even be mad. And then if they don't be mad, then we can still be cool. Because they be like, most people be liking me until they date me. They be like, okay. They be like, you so cool, whatever, like whatever. Like we have a good connection. And
so what's the difference?
And then they be like, but when they date me, so whatever the case may be, something happens in the dating part. So like you got who you are, right, as a person, and then you got how you are as a dater or as a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. Okay. And I think I be failing on the boyfriend part. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't do certain things, I guess, that are conducive.
Okay, but if they thought that you were cool as a non-boyfriend, why can't some of those characteristics and traits be carried over into the boyfriend part?
I think some of them do, but then I don't be. I don't even want to get into my life about it. But I think sometimes I don't translate well as far as like because I'm too logical and I forgot, my therapist gave me a word, but I forgot what the name of it is. But basically, I calculate stuff too much versus
very strategic.
I'm strategic, but I don't make decisions based on emotion enough. So like I let my logical corn will override the emotional corn. Sometimes that's not good for romantic relationships. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes, as women are emotional creatures, I can completely get that.
So I think but whatever.
Okay.
Tears is life.
Yeah. So I hope that we answered your question. Cornbread and I definitely wish you the best on that.
Did she give us her
She wanted to
screen name or something?
She wanted to remain anonymous. Just true.
Arizona.
We appreciate it.
Arizona. Yeah. I was out of Arizona a couple months ago. Arizona's nice.
Arizona is nice. I was out there a few years back, but we wish you the best of luck on that. Yeah. We hope that
I want an update.
Yes, she'll definitely update.
Make sure she send you the update so we can know what's going on with her and her re-entry into the. We're bringing her ex-boy, who had the ex, back into the population.
I hope it works out.
And see who wins the draft. If she wins the draft, or he wins the draft, we'll see. But speaking of exes and doing and dating, all this stuff, one thing I said, like at the beginning, I want to talk about real quick is sex tapes. I know people that made sex tapes, so you got sex tapes with your exes or somebody that you done dated or whatever. So what do you be doing with sex tapes? Do y'all make sex tapes? Like, do y'all? And if you do you have restrictions on how they can be used outside of with you? Like, so my thing is that I've made sex videos with exes and stuff before, and one of the main things is always don't be showing nobody else this joint.
But how we know?
Right. How you know? Right. How do you know? Because then you got this whole thing with like revenge porn. What the hell does that term even mean? Right. Like y'all shot the joint, so unless there's somebody shot a illegal or like some shit you ain't had consent with, you already knew about it. Now whether or not it gets leaked onto the internet and all this stuff, how do you know what anybody's doing with this stuff? So
that's true.
So like the question is, do you have? Let me add the one other caveat to it, right? So one time, I was dating this chick. She was new, and she was talking about shooting all this porn and stuff.
Okay.
She's like, oh yeah, we should make some tapes. We should do all this stuff. And I was like, true. She was like, said, have you ever made one with somebody else? And I was like, I don't be lying. I said, I should lie. I'm going to start lying.
No,
more.
you should not lie.
But I was like, yeah, I done made some joints before, like, over the years. Like, I ain't no porn star or no shit, but I done made a couple joints here and there.
Right.
And she was like, oh, that's cool. Like, can we watch them? And I was like, I don't know. Never even thought about that, right? Like, why you want to watch it? You want to watch it? But people are into that, right? So people are into watching their partner with other people. And some people are voyeurs, and some people like just watch whatever. So I was like, So I thought about it. I was like, I don't know. Went away, right? Then it comes up again, like, I don't know, a little while later. And she brought it up again. And I was like, she was like, oh, so what's up? When we gonna shoot a video? Like, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know. Whenever you want. And she was like, well, so what's up with us watching that? One of the other ones you made was your other girlfriend. I was like, you really want to watch that shit? She was like, yeah. I was like, I was like, all right.
No!
Right.
No!
So I was like, all right, we can watch it. I mean, I ain't gonna give you a copy of it and no shit, right? So I'm like, all right, we can watch it. So then she's like, see? That's why we can't do nothing, because you gonna be out here having my shit all over the
See,
city.
she got that ass.
Right.
That's what you get.
So it was a scam.
Yeah, that's what you get.
I don't care. I mean, it's still funny.
I'm sure she
It's
did.
still a video. I don't care. Like, but I didn't even bring it up. It wasn't no big deal
It
for me.
doesn't matter,
But
though.
the whole point was, the question is, do you have, so 3 questions, I guess.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
First one is, do you shoot porn with your people? Whoever you dating, your boyfriend, whatever. Second, do you have restrictions on how it can be used afterwards? Third, have you ever tried to set somebody up and watch? Oh, I'm not gonna say set somebody up. Have you ever tried to watch your man with somebody else?
Well, first of all, I want to digress because I was with you until you said that you actually agreed to let you and her watch a video of you and someone else. To me, that's like a little bit disrespectful, because that's to the female. Because the female don't know that you and this other female are watching her. I agree. So that's the only part of that I was just kind of like, okay, that's what we doing. I mean, if she into that, then I don't know. Maybe y'all need to make a video and then she watch y'all do it again or something, or you by yourself, or I don't know, or somebody that's not close to you or her. Like, I would personally feel some way about that if I knew that somebody that I dated is watching me and him have sex and him and some other chick is watching. Like, I would have an issue with that. Like, you never asked me, you never ran that by me to be like, hey, how you feel about that?
And that's my point. You would never know that.
Yeah, I know I would never know, but the fact that you're telling me this right now, I'm just giving you my opinion.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
If it was somebody, unless you asked them, hey, have you been showing my video to anybody? Right? Then first of all, you would never know. Second of all, it wouldn't affect your life if y'all don't know each other.
But no, see, that's the problem. You don't know how she set you up. You don't know who, what, and all of that stuff. Let's say, for instance, you might have showed her the video, and she might be a friend of her cousins down the road, and she be like, oh, I saw Shorty at the cookout. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? And
so then the question is, though, effectively, what does that even mean? So unless you give a copy of it,
I get it,
but you put the joint on X videos or some shit, who cares?
I get it, but I mean, it's still evidence. I mean, who knows? She could still throw that in her face. I saw you do X, Y, and Z. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you from a female's perspective.
I think it's from anybody's perspective. Okay. I'm the same way. Like, I don't think it's just a female perspective, but yeah. I mean, no. You don't want nobody sharing your shit without your consent.
Right, exactly. Right?
And that's all it comes down to. I thought it was funny when old girl tried to, like, set me up. Because I would set her, I was like, yeah, I already knew she was trying to set me because I'm smart.
Yeah, you are. You're very smart.
So I was like, Shaw, I already knew what she was going to say because motherfuckers be scamming.
Right.
I was like, Shawty, who cares? Why you care about what this other video doing?
Yeah.
Make your own video. Close your mouth.
Yeah.
If you wanna watch me and somebody else, bring one of your friends.
Yeah, ladies, I just want y'all to know. I think that we spend a lot of time worrying about what everybody else doing. Again, worry about yourself. Whenever you with whoever it is, whenever you're with whomever it is you're dealing with, you focus on yourself. Get that dick. Get whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Focus on you and him. Don't worry about the next chick. Because you know what I'm saying? When she there, she not worried about you. I'm just telling you that. Worry about yourself, ladies. I'm dead ass when I say that. Don't worry about nobody else. Live your best life. Relish in the moment. Do your thing. That's all I'm telling you.
All right. So then the other question is: have you ever shot any porn with your boyfriend?
I have. I'm very selective as
I
to.
don't know why it's called porn, but whatever.
I have. I'm very selective as to who I do that with. It's more so someone that I trust. I haven't done it like often, but I've done it.
Now, do you confiscate the video?
Typically,
do you let him keep it.
Typically, I let the video be shot on my phone so that it's in my possession.
Okay.
However, there have been times where that didn't happen and my phone was not accessible and it was on their phone. But like I said, once again, the person that I did it with, I trust that person. So I'm hoping.
So you haven't had any negative experiences with it being leaked out into the world?
No.
Or somebody coming up at you at this notional cookout and being like, bitch. First of all, I seen your whole book. I seen on Tyrone's work. So you ain't had no negative experience.
I have not had any negative experiences with that at all. I say that if it's something that you want to try, I'm one of those people. I'll try anything once. You know, you don't know whether you like it until you do it. So definitely try it if it's something that you're interested in doing. Definitely be safe about it. Like I said, I'm a risk taker out here. You know, it is what it is. You know, maybe if the video get leaked, maybe I might get some money. I don't know.
Might be on that campaign.
Hey.
Fuck it up.
Yeah. So that's with you.
Hey, shout. Yeah, that's what I want to touch on. That's funny, man. I don't, make sure if y'all shoot them videos that you comfortable with them being on X videos. Because, because mofos. Actually, I dated a chick, man. I just thought about this, that her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, had put all her shit out.
Oh?
It wasn't videos, I think it was pictures and stuff. But he had he had like a Tumblr page. He put the whole jump out on Tumblr.
Well, when you sending pictures, don't send your face.
Yeah, don't send your face.
Hey.
Don't send your face. But you can identify people by tattoos. All that stuff. You got a whole bunch of tattoos all on your neck. All on your titties. All that. Y'all.
I know with somebody's name, Tyrone.
That's right there. You got a whole field of butterflies going across your titties. Everybody know that's you, shawty. You got that whole star. You got the shooting stars running down the They know that's you.
But you know what? I think that men feel more comfortable doing video recording than females do. I don't know why, but I just feel like they do.
Right. I think because most dudes, in my opinion, that I know about anyway, most of us are visual people. Right? We like watching shit, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why most people that watch porn is dudes. Like, we like to watch and look. Like, the visual is our thing.
Some women
women clearly, right?
They like lawyers too.
Yeah, but you like to watch. You want to see
what's going on.
See what's popping.
Hey, literally popping.
What's popping?
All that handstand.
Like, that's why I know. Like, for me, I like to have all the lights on so I can see it. But
all the lights down.
All the lights on. I mean, what's the point of having a bad joke you can't see when y'all fucking? I don't understand people be like, nah, let's make it pitch black. Pitch midnight black. You be like, oh, I can't even see this bad joke. This joke bad as hell. Like, she got it. She it, right?
Oh,
she pretty,
man.
Pretty, booty bouncing, titty swinging, and I can't see it. Because we in the goddamn pitch black.
Hey, listen.
Man, turn all these lights on so I can see it.
It is what it is. I mean, I think lights are okay. I want to see too. Shit. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on.
I never understood that. As long as I've been having sex since I was like 16.
Oh my God.
And I never understood why. I'm like, why are we in the dark?
Because I think that there are some women that are like very self-conscious about themselves, even though you may think that they're beautiful. I think that every woman, and maybe there are some men, but yeah, see, I got you. I feel like that women have a lot of like insecurities and things that they have about themselves and their bodies and things like that. So I think it's more but at the end of the day, what I have learned is, if they want it, they want it. They don't care if you got a little pouch. They don't care if you ain't got no booty.
Hey,
they ain't care if you got no little titties. If they want it, they gonna get it.
Yeah. If there's some sexual attraction there, all that stuff don't matter.
It don't matter.
Man, take off them shapers. Take off all. Don't nobody give a fuck. Listen, you don't need no shapers. You don't need no lashes. You don't need to gel down your edges.
Oh, man.
You don't need to do none of that stuff. Because if a dude if he attracted to you,
he attracted to you. Yeah, and I've definitely found that out. Like I have, we talked about the whole wig thing.
Yeah.
I got so many compliments about my natural hair, and I'm like, well, I got hair. Like, ain't no bald head scallywag out this joint.
And even if you is a bald head scallywag
or a hoe, bald head, what did you call head
scallywag? You go out there and
hey, they gonna still smash if that's what they want to do.
And
so
all the time the jumps with the short hair, they be having baby. You see a jump with a Caesar, with the Caesar cut with the
I cannot.
If she got the Caesar cut with the line on the side, oh, she probably freaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
really?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and get her number right there.
Oh, okay. We out here being stereotypical.
I do stereotype the bald head jumps. Bald head jumps.
Why?
Because they usually the bald head jumps. See, like I think it's like even with that part of like the confidence thing. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times the jumps with the bald head, they got a lot of confidence. They're like, shit, I'm about to cut all my hair off and I'm still bad. That's what I be seeing. True. That's what I be seeing a lot. Like you be like, oh, the bald head jump. You can't even see it. You just see the bald head from across the room. Yeah. You be like, I know she bad over there.
That's true. It does take a lot of confidence to just cut all your hair off. I mean, I cut my hair and I almost died. I was like, this ain't cute. But I was still cute though. But I'm just saying, I was still cute though. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know about cutting all my hair off. But I mean, I definitely think I could pull it off.
Right.
I definitely think that when women do drastic moves like that, and whether they cut their hair off or do a haircut, it's a confidence thing. Even like wearing wigs and things of color. Like me personally, I don't really wear color. So like when I switch it up and do the blonde or whatever, or some outrageous color, like I legit have to stay in the house like for about 2-3 weeks, rock it around the house, build up my confidence.
You do in the house test?
Yeah, I do that.
I ain't even never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah,
and I'll send it to like my closest friends, and I'll be like, y'all like, and they be like, well, Rue, I don't.
That's interesting. I never heard that.
But that's just what I do, because like I said, when you wear certain things, it's even like if you wear an outfit and you might got a little pudge or whatever, it's a confidence thing. Like if you feel confident in it, that confidence is going to be exuded when you're out in public. So I mean, it's the same thing with haircuts, coloring, all of that. You just gotta know you the baddest chick out there and just get that.
I feel you. And if you got a fupa or whatever, don't care.
Yeah, do you?
I was gonna have one of my fupa God happy day. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about body positivity.
Well, that's good.
So if you got a fupa out there, ladies and men, because some of us got fupas. You know what I'm talking about? So, and that stands for, if you don't know what fupa is, it stands for fat upper pelvic area.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so I transferred I put the pelvic in there to make it unisex. Originally it stood for fat upper pussy area. Oh. Right, and that's just like the space between, like kind of like your lower abdomen and your vagina.
Yeah. Okay. Most of the time, women get that when they done had kids and stuff.
And even if they don't have kids, they eating them zebra cakes and whatever, and they just got it. Or your body. See, the thing is, people don't understand. People's body types are just completely different. Right? Some people just have a shape like that. Right? Some people do eat their way to that. Some people have their baby their way to that. But some people just be shaped like that. You be like, oh shit.
That's true.
I got some friends, they just shape a certain way. You can't really do shit about it. Ain't because they be eating mayonnaise in the bed or whatever it is, you know. They just shape like that. They ain't do nothing to like get there. You know what I'm saying?
Mine came after my child, but that's okay.
True.
That's okay.
But yeah, man, but we about to get up out of here. That's what we got for y'all today, man, on Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast. And thank my special guest, Ruth, for coming through once again.
Ow.
And shout out to the listeners, everybody checking in with us, sending us stuff to talk about. If you have anything you want us to discuss, shoot it to either myself or Rue.
Yeah.
Or you can send it to the slide in the DMs on the Instagram page on the Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast Instagram page. Shoot it over there. You can email me at Cousin Cornbread. I'm sorry, that ain't even my real name. You can send it to cornbread@cousincornbread.com.
Y'all
I'm about to mess my email all up.
You really were. Y'all can just slide it in my DM. Heavily melanated 725. Y'all already know.
But yeah, man, we gonna get up out of here, and y'all make sure y'all tune in for the next one. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, to subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you want. We basically on all the major platforms. So, and if you don't see me on the platform, if you don't see us on the platform, let me know, and I'll get it on whatever platform that you are missing. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. But most of the major ones should be on there. So y'all shouldn't have to worry about that, man. So we about to get up out of here, log out. Appreciate y'all coming through. Catch us on the next episode, and we'll see y'all then. Peace.
Bye.
Also, man, don't forget that even though we don't do this live, y'all can still call in and leave us a voice note, voicemail about how you feel about something we've either discussed or you want us to discuss. All right, so you can go ahead and give us a call, drop that voicemail, even with some feedback or whatever you want to do at 352-577-2676. Again, that's 352-577-2676. Those last 4 letters spell corn. Alright, because that's your favorite cousin. So make sure y'all do that, man, if you want to interact with the show. That'll be much appreciated. Also, the main way for you to interact with the show is to leave some feedback, leave a review. Go on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher and make sure y'all leave us a review, man. Give us that 5 stars or whatever you think we deserve. All the constructive criticism is much appreciated. Feedback, whatever y'all gonna do, man. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share with all your friends. We on all the platforms, all the big ones. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Castbox, SoundCloud, all of that. All right? And if you're listening on Anchor, the Anchor FM platform, you can actually there's a voice note box that you can just click and record straight from your computer or straight from your phone and leave us a voice note that way. All right? And if you want to become a real, true first play cousin to your favorite cousin Cornbread, make sure you become a monthly contributor, man. I appreciate that. You can do that for as little as 99 cents per month. All right? That ain't nothing to a big boss like you. Now you can do 99 cents a month, $4.99 a month, or $9.99 a month. And you'll see the links to click on that whenever you listen to an episode, wherever you listen to it at, right? All right, so make sure y'all do that, man. I appreciate y'all. Go on cousincornbread.com. That's the landing page for everything, including the podcast, including Cornbread's Closet, including real estate tips. If you in the real estate, go check that out too, man. Got some real estate tips on there. I will be having other realtors come on and give us some tips right here because you got to buy the block back. All right? So we're going to do that, man. Once again, appreciate y'all for coming through. And as always, the 3 keys to life are, yes, number 1, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Number 2, always make a plan or you'll always work for somebody who did make a plan. Number 3, don't drink and drive. You might spill some. Log out.